We're gonna add a channel on the side now. Again, this is the common theme for inlays. Brendan, we are inlaying some brass into a 1911 slide currently. Sorry, I didn't start off of that today. But yeah, we're inlaying some brass. In essence, we're going to be doing this and then cleaning it up afterwards so we can hand engrave some scroll work into it. Right now we're adding a channel, guys. This is a 60-degree graver. They're pretty prone to crack. Like I'll probably go and I actually gotta sharpen this one up. This one's looking pretty janky right now. Give me a second while I go sharpen this, guys. No, not serial number. There's no serial number here whatsoever. So this is technically not a firearm at all. So this is a slide in and of itself. So legally, not a firearm. William, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Antonio, thank you for tuning in. KZ Wood, thank you for tuning in. That's just the channel name right there. So if you decide to subscribe, or look me up later, feel free to look up Tio Lalo 208. That's who we are here. Brett Bernhard. So actually, scrolls are actually fairly easy. And yeah, you're right. At first, like you're like, oh, I can't think of this mess. But scrolls tend to be very, very easy, and I'll show you real fast why. So technically, you want to pick a starting point right here. Let's just say we're starting right here. You start to draw one scroll one way, so this one's clockwise, and then you're going to go the other way from that one, starting it counterclockwise, and then back to clockwise and counterclockwise, or vice versa. And then you draw little leaves in between inside. It's just like a vine. Draw the leaf, 1, 2, 1, 2, same direction as your scroll, and you're pretty much done. That's it. I mean, that's how simple it is. Now, when you start to get into like these really, really intricate scrolls, like Sam Alfano draws or Ken Hunt, all those guys, they're masters, and they've taken decades to master that. But as far as like you for a beginner, for myself, even as a beginner, like it's just one, done, done. And it's like the easiest thing to think of. Very simple, but it can add some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So we were having issues. I was breaking a lot of tips. So what we ended up doing is we obviously have a 60-degree tip here. And with this tip, right now it's kind of dull. We're going to have to sharpen it up here in a second. But I almost flattened the front right here. But it's still pretty sharp, as you can tell. So we're gonna sharpen it up a little bit and polish it. But the tip right here was breaking really, really easy. So we basically dulled it so it can still dig in and create a channel for the brass to inlay within, but it's not breaking all the time. So let me get this resharpened. Brett, not cheating, just saying. So if you can hand engrave, you're not cheating using the laser. If you can't hand engrave and you're just using the laser, then yeah, okay, maybe that is cheating. But if you're use the tools at your disposal to create the masterpiece at the end. Like when I paint, I'll tell people, man, I use overlays on my digital iPad to like see what I'm envisioning. Depending on the piece, sometimes I'll even use a projector to make sure I got my proportions right. You know, Leonardo da Vinci, if he'd had these tools, he would have used them. Sometimes we get so caught up in trying to be in the old ways that we don't see the ways that the new tools at our disposal can create masterpieces. And that's really what I want to focus on. Brett, hey man, I mean, if you don't have the best pneumatic, start using hammer and chisel. I've seen some people make some of the most beautiful pieces with just a hammer and a chisel, beating me on my hand pneumatics. So it ain't about the tool, it's about the artist. Okay. Lobster Lincoln, we are using just some dead soft bronze brass mixture. I wish I had 24 karat gold around, but I don't just have it laying around right now. So we are using brass instead. But if you guys have access to actual gold, it works better. I do have access to pure silver, which is super soft, but it really wouldn't look any different than the stainless steel in my opinion. So that's why I chose brass. Heats? No, not a Glock. Ain't no way I'm touching a Glock. Alright, I'm gonna get the wire ready. Sorry guys, I gotta throw some of it away that I've got here. Got a mess. Egan, thank you for tuning in. Hottie, thank you for tuning in. Potato Bug, Bill, thank you for tuning in. 2094 never said I didn't like them. I just don't touch them. Not when it comes to making them luxury firearms. Ugh. So in order to put less stress on that brass wire, we're gonna lift. I'm gonna lift the potato bug. I do sometimes show how to draw some scrolls. Just kind of very seldom right now. I'll probably start a course for members. Once I start my memberships, I'll start a private course on it for sure. I will say I'm not a master engraver, so there is plenty of literature if you don't want to pay online to kind of how to draw them. There's other YouTubers that have a lot of good content on it. That's how I learned. Egan 24 yet. Potato bug is right. It is brass. So this is, bronze. It's dead soft bronze. Sorry, I'm looking for one of my bits. Just had here. Looking for my cutting bit, if I can find it. Here we go. Okay. So what I like to do, guys, is we're setting the brass inlay, and it'll overlap, and then we're going to cut on top of it, so any of the brass can punch into the small crevices within, and it helps push down the other stuff as well. So that's just kind of what we're looking at doing. Arturo, as far as hand engraved stuff, since I started, I've probably finished about 10 firearms total. So I'm pretty novice, honestly. I'm not a master engraver by any means, so not claiming that at all. There are much better engravers out there. I just want to try to bring the art form to light on YouTube for people to see. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, we are locked in. Now we can start to press all of it in. So we want to focus on pushing it down and in. Cyberhawks, yeah, I mean, the process can be extremely hard. So sometimes when people, some of those oldie firearms that are pieces of art, I mean, people don't really know people don't know the amount of work that actually goes into them. It's really it's basically an art piece. I mean, it's not basically, it is an art piece. And so when people look at those firearms that are engraved, not the newer ones, because the newer ones are mostly just laser engraved. So the original artist will draw it, design it, and then the manufacturer just copies it over and over and over. And so there's nothing really fancy about that, but those old hand engraved ones, man, if I can get my hands on those are collector's items. They tell a story. Yeah, I mean, and it has taught me a little bit of patience because I don't know patience very well. All right, I'm gonna cut right here. Okay, now we can press it right there. We'll press it. Yeah, I mean, I actually, one of my dream trucks is a Chevy Apache, a Chevrolet Apache. I used to fly Apaches for the military, and so I want an Apache truck. Jackie, Danny, yes, it is slide. We're inlaying some bronze, jeweler's bronze, into the slide. This is a lot of effort, guys. If I was going to do this for, say, a client rather than on something of my, like for myself, then I would probably just invest in gold. So instead of using bronze, I'd use the gold. It's a lot easier to work with, and obviously the value is a lot higher. Obviously, it does come at the client's expenses, but this is my own art piece. This is my own venture, so I'm just choosing to use brass today. Now, Corey, no, I'm not actually. So the middle, the design in the middle, right here, it's going to be called a bright cut. So we're going to do a bright cut. So it's going to be very flashy and bright and shiny, while the brass is also going to be all polished. Sussman, yes. Carter, I've only been doing hand engraving for about a year, a little over a year now. I started with laser and figured, and the laser wasn't tickling my fancy when it came to making my own art, and I felt guilty. So I decided to use some of my skills towards actually making some beautiful art, hopefully. I say hopefully because I have screwed some stuff up lately, so. My business is really long. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes a long time. Is that what you meant, Remy? So, talking about business, I actually stopped taking. I stopped taking commissions because it just wasn't paying the bills. I'd take too long on commissions for people, and I was never doing what I wanted to do. So finally, I just said, "Screw it! We're just going to do what we want to make and do, and make art that people like. And if people want to buy it, they can buy it. If they don't want to buy it, then I keep it. I'm fine with it." Matt, North Idaho, awesome. I'm actually in Southeast Idaho, so I am not quite up there. But yeah, I don't do the parkerizing or the bluing. I have another gunsmith here who actually does it. '69 Charger would be sick. Nakori, yeah. Am I saying that right? Nakori, Nakari. Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely. I was losing the fun, so I decided to just say, nah, y'all can buy my art if you want it. If you don't want it, then whatever. So thanks, Carter. Well, that's a screw up right there. We're gonna have to sand that down, but that's fine. Whatever. We'll sand it down, polish it anyways, and go from there. Nicks. I nicked the actual slide, so that kind of sucks. But Carter, thanks, man. Appreciate the sub, guys. If you haven't subbed, please feel free to sub. We're just inlaying away today. Thanks, Matt. Hopefully you sub, man. Maybe one of these days I'll get to meet you at a gun show or something out here when I'm displaying some of my art. Or if you go to the art galas, I'm hoping to have some of my art as well. If you ever go to Jackson or know anybody in Jackson, looking to get my art in there as well and go from there. But Corey, you'd be surprised, man. It's a small world out there. So one of the tips that I'm going to tell you guys, and this is something that I screwed up on, instead of using 2 wires like we're doing here, this is jeweler's bronze and this is brass. So you can see the difference. Now I have brass that's about the size of the channel. This would be preferred, but I wanted to use jeweler's bronze. So I am now doing double. It's easier to do a single. So if you ever have the chance, just get a single wire. Much easier than having to plant 2 of these down. If I had 1 single wire, guys, for this whole thing, I wouldn't even need these little teeth in the middle. And that's coming straight from a master engraver named Lane Zulke. He was suggesting, he's like, hey man, keep it to 1 wire and it'd be easier, but we don't have this thickness, we just have this thickness. Cleaning it so extra crisp, extra crispy. All right, extra crispy. So we actually go through with a flat one. We come in and we try to take most of the stuff off the top. Once we're done with that, then I'm gonna have to take it to my polishing and sanding station, and we polish and sand away, basically. Taking it from grit down to grit down to grit. Usually I go from about a 600 or 400 all the way up to a 3000 grit. And then from a 3000 grit, then we go to a polish and buffer, and I finish it off with leather. So I buff with leather. I found that is one of the tricks to get a true mirror shine out of metal is a leather buff. Texas cheap, yeah, basically. I mean, filing, sanding, in essence, yeah, you just eat away at it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Even if you're passing through, hit that notification bell. It helps us out. So notice I almost screwed that one up right there. So we're gonna I'm gonna use a stainless steel punch to punch it in a little bit further. We started coming up right here. Garter. So I was an Apache pilot. Flew H-64 Deltas. Got to fly the Echo models a couple times, nothing crazy. I only did one tour to Afghanistan. Obviously that was great for us. And yeah, other than that, just got out. And I just enjoy art now. So just a boring artist now. Alright, let's cut away. Yeah, Nakora, yeah, that's basically what was happening with mine. I noticed that it was starting to lift, and I was like, oh crap, I better punch them down before they lift up. And then I'm peeling it away and having to redo it. Nakori, do you do this as well? Do you have a channel? I'm more than happy to give out names and stuff and other channels that are artists on here. I think the community is small and there's growth that needs to happen for everyone. So if you have a channel, please put it on here, put it out there. Everybody subscribe to McCoy's channel if you engrave on YouTube. Thank you, Potato Bug. Appreciate it. Who's it? Are you a tourist? Stolen Valor? I hope not. A horrible name, in my opinion. I guess it's a pretty good kickoff, though. So chisels will get wrecked all the time. Like this one's actually wrecked right now. You can see it right here. I'm being a lazy butthead and not sharpening it. I'm being stubborn. It's probably going to cause more issues than not. But you can just resharpen it. So I just end up resharpening it. But yeah, if you catch edges, if you catch stainless steel from brass or brass to stainless steel, sometimes it'll wreck it just because of the vibrations and go from there. McCory, yep, you know what I'm talking about for sure. McCory, awesome that you dabble in it, man. That's awesome. Crispy, I mean, probably right now it does. Oh yeah, I mean, it always looked terrible at first. I've had ones that look horrendous, and then they finally turn out nice when they get polished. So yeah, you're not wrong by any means. It'll look good hopefully by the end of it. Yep, and those bumps, Potato Bug, are basically, they're called teeth. I can go ahead and show you. So what we're trying to do is when the channel is here, so pretend this is the channel. Wow, I need a better pen. Oh, I got a pink pen. Here we go. Okay, so pretend this is where we're cutting, right? Well, if you're looking at it from like the profile side, we're trying to do something like this. Okay. So the gold wire that we have goes down in here, and when we plant it, it comes in here and goes like this. Now, in the middle right here, we are adding teeth, in essence, so that when this comes down, it also goes inside the teeth and locks in. I hope that makes sense, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Just like that. Carter, I'm about 3 hours from Boise area. All right, guys. Well, we are to the point now where I'm going to take it over to the sander and start to sand away some stuff and get it cleaned up. Carter, oh, nice. Sweet. Yeah, no, I've been there. It's not too bad. Not a huge fan of the pricing right now, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in. We're hitting that hour mark that we usually try to hit. I'm going to go get this cleaned up, polished up. If you guys want to see what it looks like in the end, for the most part, the other side needs to get some cleaning up as well. But I won't leave you guys hanging. So this part, right? So we've got all that right there. In essence, it's going to look like that. We need to clean up right here, but you guys get the point. See if I can get it to... Carter Weavers, I honestly need to be better, but I just sporadically stream, usually at night. It's hot in Idaho right now, so I tried taking advantage of my shop being cool, but tonight the shop will probably be really hot, so tomorrow early morning I will be back at it. I'm going to try to get in tonight. Okay, so see, this is a bright cut right here. So I've started bright cutting this, and we're going to do that with all the scroll work right here. Corey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Okay. Thanks again. Until next time, keep engraving, keep creating art. And Tio Lalo is out.